All right. Hello, everyone. I think we have people starting to come in. Okay. All right. Welcome, everybody. We're just waiting on a few last people that are coming, and we will start shortly.
Alright. Evet, merhabalar herkese. Hepiniz IEFT Talks webinarlarına hoş geldiniz. Bugün Bridgeport International Academy ile Amerika'da lise eğitimi Daniel'dan dinliyor olacağız. Lütfen sorularınızı soru cevap bölümünden yönlendirmeyi unutmayın. Yes, Daniel, the stage is yours now.
All right. Well, welcome, everyone. Just to introduce myself, my name is Daniel Kingsley. I am the Director of Admissions here with Bridgeport International Academy. Yes, if this is your first time learning about Bridgeport International Academy, we're very happy you're here. I am one of the many faculty members that works here at our school. Hi, yep, I see. Hello, everyone. Great to be with you. Um, and yeah, today, the intention of the webinar, hi, I see people saying hello, checking in. It's good to see you. All right. Please say hi in the chat. And definitely, as we're doing this session today, please interact. There will be an opportunity to ask questions. So any questions that you have, feel free to put in the chat at any time. I will be answering all of your questions today as well. So please, I recommend be curious. Hello. Yep, I'm seeing people say hi. Hi, everyone. Great to be with you. Yep. So please interact. I love when people communicate, ask questions. My intention today is you really learn about our school, and I want each of you to really have a clear, just a clear understanding of what we provide for our students. And if we're a fit for what you're looking for, I'm really here to support you on the next steps. Okay. So yeah, it's great that you're here, okay? So how today's session's gonna go is there's gonna be a few parts. I'm gonna do a presentation of the school. So in a moment, I'm going to show my PowerPoint presentation and you'll get a visual of what Bridgeport International Academy looks like, what type of programs that we offer. And then I'm gonna give plenty of time for everyone to ask their questions. Um, but just before we do that, I just want to introduce a little more about me. So, like I said, my name is Daniel Kingsley. I direct and I run our whole admissions program here with Bridgeport International Academy. A couple other things about me is I love sports. In America, we call it soccer, but I know everywhere else in the world it's called football. But I'm a big sports fan. I love soccer. I like American football and regular football as well. I also play ice hockey. That's something people should know about me is I play ice hockey when I'm not working here at Bridgeport International Academy. So I love sports. My favorite football player is Lionel Messi. I'm a big fan of his story. I think his story is very inspirational. And lastly, I love theater. So if anybody here likes acting, they like movies, I also produce Bridgeport International Academy's theater program. that we do here. So I wear many hats along with the rest of our school. And I'm really excited to do this presentation for our Turkish market, all of our Turkish students, Turkish parents, our Turkish family. And Turkey has a close place in my heart. A very close friend of mine when I was growing up, his name was Bedirhan. He's from Turkey. He's from Istanbul, Turkey. He was one of my best friends growing up. So growing up with my friend Bedirhan, I got to learn about Turkish culture, got to have Turkish food. That's how I got to learn a little bit about Turkey growing up. But I'm always learning more. So it really is an honor to be with each of you today, calling in from Turkey. I'm excited to be with you. All right. So enough about me. I want to share more about Bridgeport International Academy. So I'm going to share my screen. So I encourage all of our students, parents that are on the call today. Yeah, feel free to grab a pen and paper, something you can take notes with today. I'm going to go over a lot of pretty important information about our school. And then, like I said, I'm going to answer all of your questions after my presentation completes, okay? So let me share my screen. All right. So, like I mentioned, we are Bridgeport International Academy. We are a private college preparatory high school here in Bridgeport, Connecticut. And our slogan for our school is where students meet the world. We are an international school. So, we really value and see so much benefit in having our students be engulfed in a very multicultural international environment. And we'll talk a little more about that. And like I said, we have students from all over the world. It changes every year. This particular year, we have students represented from over 13 different countries in the world. So about 45% of our students are international students. So you have students from all over the globe participating and having their education here at BIA. But also about 55% of our students are local students from the United States of America. So you have students from America and also international. Our school was founded in 1997. And since our inception, we've had students represented from over 45 different countries. So that's a very cool thing. And as we're doing the presentation today, one thing I wanted to mention is we call our school BIA. The full name is Bridgeport International Academy. But for short, just to keep it easy, we refer to our school as BIA. Okay. And like I mentioned, we're a college preparatory school. So along with being an international school, our main focus is supporting students in preparing and being set up so they can have a very successful next step in their college, okay? And you'll learn more about what we do and what we offer to really support students for college. Okay? And there's four things that we focus on at BIA. We focus on academic excellence. We develop character in our students. We explore and give students an opportunity to work on their creative minds. And our students who join our school learn how to become global citizens. And I'm going to explain more details about how that works, okay? But first, one important thing for you to know is we're a small school. So what really gives our students an advantage is our students just receive more personalized attention from our faculty and staff. Every year, on average, we have about 80 students in the school. So this year exactly, it's 77. So it can fluctuate, but the average number is about 80 per year. And there's about 12 to 15 students per class. Okay, so what does that mean? Well, every student gets more personalized attention from their teachers. Because class sizes are smaller, teachers get to know our students a lot more, all right? So the teacher will know each student's strengths and they'll know each student's weaknesses, right? So what that means is the teacher can really know where to support a student, where they need the support, but they also know where to push them, right? So it's like, having a loving parent, a loving coach, right? A good coach cares about you, but they also want you to be your best, right? So they know where to push you in a healthy way for you to really be the best version of yourself. And naturally, that just is a lot easier because the classes are smaller. Um, there's also more opportunities for students to ask questions. We really encourage and we welcome students to ask lots of questions, really be part of their educational experience, be part of working with their coach or their teacher. I call it a coach teacher, right? But that's what it looks like when you're really invested in your education. The teachers are just more invested because they have less students. So they really get to know each student on a more personal level. And the student really gets to feel safe where they get to ask their questions. They can feel safe and welcome to ask for more support if they need that support. And they get to know the teachers better. I mean, I think that is such a important part of education is having students develop really good relationships with teachers. Um, and I can speak for our teachers. Along with being an admissions director, I do some teaching at the school as well. Our teachers really care about our students. Like we want our students to be the best. Sometimes our teachers joke around. It's an American expression. I don't know if they use this expression in Turkey, but we're a faculty of bleeding hearts, which means we really care. We want our students to do well, and we will stand for our students to be successful because we care. So it's a very loving, nurturing, and overall just a really nice, safe environment where students are going to thrive here. And what I like to also mention is, we understand for our parents that are watching today, our students that are participating in today's webinar, it's a big change to move to a new country in a totally new culture. You're going to be away from home. I know as a student, that can be tough, right? Being away from family in Turkey, being away from friends, being away from your parents. And for our parents out there, I can only imagine, the stress and also maybe the sadness, when your child is away for a long period of time. And, that can be tough, right? So what I want everyone to know, this is for both the students today and the parents. When you join BIA, you become part of our family while you're away from home, right? Obviously, Turkey is a different country than the United States. Like any other country, there's going to be differences, there's going to be adjustments. But what I can promise you is when you join our school, everyone becomes part of our family. It's a small school, so your child is very well taken care of. Safety is our number one priority. That's the most important part about our school is your child being safe physically, but also emotionally. They have their needs met. There are people there to support them, and we'll talk more about what that looks like, right? But what I can tell you is when you join BIA, both parents, students, we all consider you part of our family, and we're very communicative, and we're really there for your child. So that's something I really want you to know when you join our school. And we are accredited by a program. It's an accreditor in the United States region called NEASC. NEASC is an accreditor here in the United States that reviews Bridgeport International Academy's programs, and they are considered one of the premier accrediting bodies of the New England region here in the United States. They're recognized as the standard of excellence in education, and we are very lucky to have this partnership with NEASC where they review our programs to ensure that we meet all of the rigorous academic standards that parents, students expect of us that we deliver when you become a student here at Bridgeport International Academy. So that's a very important thing that I wanted to share with you. Okay. So now I'm going to talk a little bit more about the 4 pillars at BIA because this really encapsulates what our school's about, right? So if you have questions about this later, I'd be happy to answer. But honestly, I think a lot of this will answer what makes BIA stand out, what makes us different, right? Why we are who we are, right? So I see questions coming in. That's great. I'll definitely answer those, but some of these questions might actually be answered from what I'm about to share here, okay? So academic excellence. So as I already mentioned, one way students just excel and have an advantage academically is our class sizes are smaller. So as I mentioned, 12 to 15 students per class on average, 80 students in the whole entire school per year, right? And also a 1-to-7 teacher to student ratio at BIA. Another really cool thing is we have a partnership with the University of Bridgeport. The University of Bridgeport is a 4-year undergraduate and actually postgraduate university here in Bridgeport, Connecticut. This university is literally right next to the school. And Bridgeport International Academy has been partnered with the University of Bridgeport since its inception. So how does this partnership work? Well, this partnership allows students at BIA to attend up to 2 college classes at the University of Bridgeport while you're still a student at Bridgeport International Academy. That is what we call our dual enrollment program. So what's nice about this is students can receive college credit while they're still a student here. And they can transfer those college credits to a 4-year college that they eventually get into once they graduate here. So students can start to receive college credit. But also there's a lot of other nice advantages with that. One thing is you start getting engulfed in higher level courses, higher level discussions with, college students, college professors. And students can even pick classes related to their future field of interest, right? So the University of Bridgeport has a lot of, really big programs. So one example, there's many examples, but I have a student that wants to be a chiropractor, right? The University of Bridgeport has a whole chiropractor department, so he could even start taking courses there, or in biomed, or engineering, or mathematics. Whatever that course is, students are eligible to take any prerequisite course as long as there aren't other requirements. You can pretty much take any course at the University of Bridgeport while you're a student here at BIA. And this is applicable for students in their 11th and 12th grade academic years, okay? So that's important to note. There is an extra fee to do the college courses, but the University of Bridgeport does offer a significant special discounted rate for students at BIA because we're partnered with this university. College classes are optional, so you are not required to take them. They do not affect your graduation here at BIA, but it's a great advantage. You can use it when you apply for colleges. It also looks good in terms of having that advantage. When you apply for colleges think it's so cool that you're already taking college classes at the University of Bridgeport. So that's a very great opportunity for our students. Another thing is we have ELL classes to help students improve their English. This is known as our English Language Learners Program. So if you're someone that, maybe, you have an intermediate level of English, or maybe you're even more of at a beginner level English, okay? These are classes that are designed to support international students to really, gain confidence in their English, develop their speaking, develop their writing, right? So if you're a newer English level speaking, don't let that deter you from applying. BIA has students from all different English levels that apply to Bridgeport International Academy. And we have this ELL program to really support students in developing their English so they're ready to transition to more of our mainstream courses that are offered here at BIA. All right, so that's a really, important thing to consider when you're coming to Bridgeport International Academy. Okay, I'm going to go to the next slide. Now, I did mention college preparation. Our students, over the nearly 30 years that we have been in existence, have been accepted to some of the most prestigious American universities in the United States of America. This includes Ivy League universities like Brown, Cornell, but also many other prestigious schools like NYU, Penn State, Ohio State, the University of Chicago, Duke, Tufts. And this is just the beginning. I mean, we have a super long list of a wide range of universities. So you really are an environment that you're going to be supported to get into a school that, you want to get into. Another thing that is important to, discuss when it comes to college preparation is Bridgeport International Academy has a 2-year preparation process that supports students with their college prep. So how does that look like? Well, starting students 11th grade year, they are enrolled in a full-year course called College and Careers. So students work directly with our college advisor. Her name is Miss Perkins. And there's different units in this course. So there is an SAT unit course where students will take the SAT and also the PSAT, which is a test in America that we use for students that are applying for college. A lot of colleges in America are no longer requiring students to take the SAT test. But what we've seen is students that take the SATs statistically still have an advantage in getting into their top schools. So it's a good skill and it's a good preparation process for college. Couple other things that are offered in this course is we have a whole unit on actually teaching you how to apply for colleges. That's very important. You need to learn how to do it. So Ms. Perkins works with our students, guides them on how to apply, tips on applying, and actually practically doing it, working through applications, starting to look at schools that you were interested in applying for. And we also have a whole unit on career exploration, right? So we really do a lot of detailed work in this course on what careers interest me. How do I get into these careers? How much education does it take? How many years do I have to be in school? What are the best schools that can connect me with the career of my choice, right? These are things that we start to look into. I used to teach this course actually, and I had a student that 100% thought he wanted to go to Duke. You see Duke here, which is a great school, by the way. But after taking this full-year college and career prep course, what he discovered was Duke was not actually the school he wanted to go to. Because after doing the research on careers, after searching different schools, and after getting more clear on what he wanted, what he learned was Duke was not a match for him. There was actually another college that much better matched his personal interest, his career goals, even the culture, right? Every college has a different culture. It has different types of students with different interests. So he was able to really see actually Duke was not his school. Now, Duke is a great school, but it wasn't the best fit for him, right? So these are very important skills for students to start learning. It's not just saying, okay, I want to be a doctor and I want to go to Harvard. Well, that's great. I'm glad. And I encourage if that's your dream, right? But we got to take it further than that. We really want students to be full owners of their education, of their next steps in their education, in their career. And this is the work. This is what it's going to take, right? Students need to really take that ownership. And we have a full year that's dedicated to that. And we also want our students to be leaders. My favorite part of this course is our public speaking part of the course. And we develop our students to be masters in marketing themselves, being able to communicate an idea. You can have the highest IQ in the world, but if you don't know how to communicate your ideas in a way that other people can listen to you, it's going to be much harder to get what you want in your life. And my commitment as a teacher, as a faculty here at BIA, is developing and training our students to be people that can make a difference in the world. And it starts by first learning how to present themselves, how to talk, how to communicate ideas. So it's an incredible course that is going to set such a strong foundation for our students' next steps. And then 12th grade, once you finish your 11th grade year, our students personally work with our college counselor, Ms. Perkins. She sets up meetings with our students. She checks ins with our students. She guides students on making sure they're following our timeline so they are ready and all prepared for their colleges that they're applying for. We also have weekly meetings with all of our 12th graders with Ms. Perkins, where she guides them on their next steps. And we provide a roadmap where we make it very clear. This is the student's responsibility with their college process. These are the parents' responsibility. We always want parents involved. And then this is the school's responsibility. So it's like a big teamwork. It's a big team game. And that's what we do. Okay. All right. Now, next press slide is character. So regarding character, we think it's important that you take the time to also develop who you are, right? So education's important, but going back to more of the family aspect of Bridgeport International Academy, we want our students to, develop just develop themselves, become the best version of themselves. So a couple important things to note about our character education program is we have a no dating policy at the school. The reason we have this policy is we want students to really focus on their own personal goals, their own growth, their own educational goals, right? And dating can be very distracting, especially when you're young. Most parents like this policy we've seen. A lot of students don't, but it is a very important policy we have in place. Another thing, I go back to safety. Our parents that are on the call today, we know that you are trusting us as a school to take care of your child. So simply from a safety perspective, having students in the dorm, we just cannot allow dating in our school. Simply also just from a safety legal perspective, okay? So that's important to know. We also have a community service requirement. So students are required to complete 25 hours of community service per year and 75 hours of community service in order to graduate over the 4 years at BIA. So we have a variety of community service projects offered at the school that students can participate in, and you can see pictures of all of our students doing really cool and fun, service projects in our community. So that's a cool feature. And another thing is we have a 4-year course that meets once a week at the school, and it's called our character education class. This is a very practical class where students are given practical tools on how they can develop their life. And it's simple. We don't overcomplicate it. We want it to be something they can carry, something they can implement in their life, with their family, in their future relationships, in their education. So I'm one of the teachers for that. I teach our character education boys class, and we focus on small things. So just this last week, we learned about conflict. How do you healthily deal with conflict? We had a lot of lessons on communication, learning how to communicate in a healthy way with other people. We learn about the concept integrity. Integrity is a very important virtue about learning how to honor and do things in a way that will make a difference for other people, right? So it's a great course. It's practical. It's mostly centered on a student's personal development and working on themselves so they can be a overall just a good person that can make a difference. All right, now creativity. We are a small school, so what we like to offer at BIA is creative opportunities for students. So there are a few courses that students can take where they can really develop their creative side. We believe creativity is important. Students need a way not just to develop themselves purely from an academical sense, but also, how can they use their creative brain? That's very important. So a couple of things that we offer, we have a variety of art-based classes at BIA. Now, to be very clear, BIA is not specifically an art-based school, but we do have art programs. Another thing for any students or parents that are hearing that, and you might be thinking, well, I'm not into art, that's okay. Art is not a mandatory class. There are other options, but it is something that we offer. So we have a fine arts class. We have a digital arts program for students that like photography, Photoshop, digital artwork making. We also have a great drama program. So just this past April, a few weeks ago, April 5th and 6th, we did a big theater production. And we did the play Clue. If anyone doesn't know that play, it's a very popular board game in the United States. And it's a murder mystery comedy play that the kids had a lot of fun with. So if you like theater, that might be something you want to try on. Actually, our program has won quite a few awards from a local Connecticut theater company that has recognized our arts program. But you can choose. If you're not an artist, that's okay. We also have other activity-based classes. We have another sports activity class. So you have options. One more thing I wanted to let you know is we have a week of hands-on project-based learning opportunities in March. So it's usually in the middle of the March. We have this program called Global Studies Week. So it's a week where we stop our normal classes at BIA. We put our students into teams, and there's a different theme each year. And the students work as teams on making these group projects, collaborating as a team. And by the end of the week, they present their group project to the rest of the school. There's a different theme each year. It's a lot of fun. This past March, the whole theme was building your own country. So students actually worked on building a country from scratch, and they were tasked with doing different projects based on this initiative that they had. And it's a different type of creative learning that, in my opinion, is equally as valuable. So that was a really cool thing that we did this year, and we do every year in the middle of March at the school. And lastly, this is actually my favorite part of the school, and it's global citizenship. So what that means essentially is BIA is a very diverse school. You know, you're going to walk into a school that's very unique. You're going to have students from many different cultural backgrounds, ethnic backgrounds, religious backgrounds, belief systems, right? So you can even see in the pictures here, no two students look alike. Everybody has a different story. But what's really nice about that is, you know, this provides an advantage for our students. They're going to learn how to communicate. Let me go back. Sorry about that. They're going to learn how to communicate with people from all over the world, which is an invaluable life skill, especially in the working professions. And this is almost any job. You're going to be interacting with people that probably don't look like you, right? So it is so valuable to learn how to interact and you just understand other people, right? It's a great life training. It's a great professional training. And it's a really friendly atmosphere. Like I mentioned at the beginning of today's presentation, our students are family. You walk around our school, I promise you, you're going to see happy kids. I give tours of the school for interested parents. And our kids, honestly, the feedback from parents that visit our school is the kids look happy, they're very at home. And a big part of that is our kids feel safe, both, you know, emotionally, physically, academically. They can be who they are. And what happens, the miracle when a kid feels safe, when you can be who you are and you're valued for who you are, you really have permission to start thinking about, okay, what do I really want to do, right? Not what should I be, what am I supposed to be, but what's important to me, right? And that comes when you're happy, when you feel safe. You're not distracted with those other distractions that might come with a bigger high school. And you can really focus on your development, your future goals, you know, what matters to you. That's what's so cool about BIA. All right. So this is our location. If everybody has their phone, you can watch these videos after our presentation day. You can scan this QR code I put here, so feel free to take a moment to do that. There's a playlist of different videos that really show you more what the school looks like, right? I don't have time to show videos today, But after the presentation, I highly encourage everyone, click on this QR link, and I would do that now. I'm going to have this up. So take a moment to take out your phone. Please click on this QR code, and this will give you a tour of our school. You'll get to actually see some real BIA students. And you're also, if you click this, the first video that's going to come up is a tour of the University of Bridgeport. And you'll see in that video, BIA is literally, and I'm not kidding when I say this, right next to the University of Bridgeport. It's not even like a 5-10 minute walk. Like you walk outside the school, the University of Bridgeport's right there. So it's really cool. There's a full university right next to the school. This will talk more about the relationship that BIA has with the University of Bridgeport. So it's really neat. So I highly encourage everyone, if you haven't scanned the QR code, please do that. And after today's presentation, I highly encourage to watch the videos that will give you another flavor of what our school offers. But that is a special aspect about BIA. We are connected with the University of Bridgeport, and it's a partnership that we're very lucky to have. Also, Bridgeport, talk about diversity. Bridgeport is one of the most diverse multicultural cities in the United States of America. So we'll talk more about our shuttle services that we offer, but we have local multicultural ethnic grocery stores. We have communities for many different cultures, even right here in our backyard in Bridgeport. So it's a special city. We're located right between New York City and Boston. So there's a train that's about a 5-minute walk from the school that students, with parent permission, I'll be very clear about that, with parent permission, can take the train and visit New York City. We've had students that do that. And we're also a 5-minute walk from the Atlantic Ocean. So we have a beach right next to the school. So students sometimes like to study at the beach. It's a quick walk. It's a beautiful area right near our school. And if you look at the tour in that video, you'll actually get to see what I'm talking about, what the beach looks like and that whole setup. We're right by the seaside in the Atlantic Ocean. All right, we're almost done. There's just a few more slides I want to go to, and then I definitely want to give time to answer everyone's questions. And I see a lot of people's questions coming in the chat. Thank you for submitting those. As I mentioned, this talks a little more about our partnership with the University of Bridgeport. So we talked about starting 11th grade year, students can take college courses at the University of Bridgeport to receive dual credit. Another thing that is important to note, which makes our school unique, is we're a very small school. So international students eat their lunch and their dinner meals at the University of Bridgeport dining hall, which is a 5-minute walk away from the school. What's nice about eating at this facility, it's the University of Bridgeport all-you-can-eat dining hall facility. So there's lots of options, lots of food. I mean, you have a full salad bar. You have all the food you could possibly have. They have a sandwich station, pizza, and they also have a variety of unique meals that are offered on a daily basis, depending on the day. So there's a lot of healthy and nutritious and delicious food options. So that's the dining hall, okay? Breakfast is served in the dormitory. So we do have a staff member that does work in the dorm that will cook breakfast for the students. That way they don't have to go to the dining hall right when they wake up. We make that easy. So breakfast is served in the school dormitory. Also, with our partnership with the University of Bridgeport, students use the state-of-the-art university gym for their physical education class. This gym is also open 2 times more a week for students that want to pick the gym for their activity class. We have a sports class if students really like to play sports, okay? We have our theater production at the Payer College main stage, which is right next to the University of Bridgeport, and that is a Broadway-sized theater. We just had our play there a few weeks ago. And then also for our students that take our science classes, twice a year, you will go to the University of Bridgeport professional chemistry lab facilities to do a chemistry lab. And then we also have our graduation at the end of the year at the university. And we also are right next to the University of Bridgeport College Library. So students are allowed to go there if they need a place to get out from the school for a bit, go to the library for quiet study. That facility is also open for them. So it's very unique atmosphere and very rare where a student will, in high school, get to experience college in a safe way. So you're not in college yet, you're still in high school. You still have all the support of being in a high school, but you can start to experience what it might be like to be on a college campus. All right. Um, all right, we're almost out of time, so I'm just going to go over the last slides, okay? These are pictures of the school. So this is the university of, not the university, our school. So these are some of the classrooms. You can actually see what our classrooms look like, okay? These are our classrooms. This is the computer lab. They're small classrooms, so it's a very more intimate learning environment. And then this is the dorm. I see some questions about the dorm, so I do want to go over that briefly. So our dormitory is in the same building as our school. So you'll see a green screen. This is actually what the school building looks like. The second floor is our school classroom. So that picture I just showed, these are pictures of the, this is where all the classrooms are going to be. And then on the third floor, right above here, it's funny, I can really show you our building. That is where our dormitories are, all right? So depending on the size of your room, students have 1 to 3 roommates, okay? Each room has a bed, a desk, and a dresser, okay? There's also a mini fridge and a microwave in each dorm room. Now, there is an oven, but we do turn the ovens off in each dorm room for child safety. So if students want to do their own cooking, aside from having a meal plan, we have a common room where students can cook, but that is supervised by a staff member. We also have a shuttle, a complimentary shuttle offered to our students that will take students to local shopping facilities. So let's say they want to get some groceries on their own budget. Maybe they want to do some clothes shopping. We do have a shuttle that will take students to shopping trips, okay? And then we also, again, student safety is very important. So we have residential advisors that live on the floor that support students and make sure they're in bed on time. We have a curfew. Weeknights, it's 10 p.m. Weekends is 11 p.m. So, you know, we do check our students every night. That is very important. So that is something. And we do have supervisors that are on call and live in the facility 24/7 for supervision and safety, okay? These are some pictures of the boys' dorm. And these are pictures of the girls' dorm, okay? And then common areas, you know, we do have a study room inside the dormitory. We have a laundry room, so students are required to do their own laundry. We do have a laundry facility. And we also have a hangout room where students can hang out with friends, play games, catch up, decompress, okay? So I want to conclude today's presentation by sharing with you that here at BIA, we are a family. All of our students are part of our bigger family while they're away from their home, right? And, you know, if we are a school that you would like to consider for your next step in your education, we would be very excited to have you join our family. Now, at the very end, I'm going to take questions. And before you leave today, I'm actually going to put it in the chat as we go over questions. I'm going to give everyone my personal admissions email and my personal admissions cell phone number, okay? So if you have any questions after today that I didn't answer, please don't hesitate to contact me personally, okay? I am the person that is really here to support and guide you on your next steps. So if there's anything you want to know, I'm going to give you my email. We can set up a Zoom call if you prefer to talk over Zoom. If anybody's on WhatsApp, I'm also on WhatsApp. I'm going to give you my admission cell phone. You can even reach out to me through WhatsApp. The point is there's many ways to communicate with me, and I want you to know I'm truly here to support you, answer any questions, and if you do want to move forward and start an application with us, I'm here to help with that. So please use me. That's what I'm here for, okay? I'm going to send a follow-up email to everyone that attended today's presentation. So you don't have to take note of this. You will get an email shortly after. But this is our application process. You can apply online if you go on our website today. You can even scan the QR codes that are here, and you will get an email with everything. but just to briefly, and I know we're short on time, so I am going to finish up. But there are a few parts of the application. We're going to ask for a student family information form, parent guardian form, a student questionnaire. We'll need a recommendation from your English and math teacher. We will need your report cards from your current school, and we will schedule a 1-hour Zoom academic interview with you. The very last thing I want to share, and then we're going to go to our question and answer session, is BIA's admissions committee has been known to offer generous 50% financial aid scholarships off tuition for students that, are serious and do want to apply to the school. Now, these 50% financial aid offers are available upon request and are available once your application is fully reviewed. So if that's something that you're interested in, please email me and I'll be happy to go over more information to discuss how you can be eligible for a very special 50% scholarship that's offered from our committee. All right. I appreciate everyone for going over and being here today. I know that was a lot, and I do understand that it is a big deal thinking about the possibility of studying internationally. So I want to thank everyone for considering and just being here today and learning more about our school. So I think I'm going to just start going over questions, everyone. All right. So I'm going to go in the order that they came in. Okay. And we'll go from there. All right. Oh, and let's start. So first question that came in, what are the advantages of studying at Bridgeport International Academy? So just to recap, it's very similar to what I shared today. It's a small school. It's a small learning environment. Again, class sizes are on average 12 to 15 students. So you really are immersed in a very small, more intimate educational environment, when you're a student here at BIA. So that would be the biggest way I would describe it, is you are in a very small and overall just more intimate learning environment when you're at BIA. And if you have any more questions for anyone, by the way, feel free to email me. I want to make sure I get that answered for you, okay? All right, the next question. Oh, and one thing, everyone, I just put my email and my number, so please take note of that now if you want to follow up with me today. Okay, next question. How intense are the courses at Bridgeport International Academy? So yeah, I mean, we do have a rigorous academic program. That is true, all right? We do expect a high level of academic excellence from our students, but what is different about our school is it's small. Like I mentioned, the teachers care a lot. So if students invest their best, they give their 100%, that's all we can ask for. Our motto here at BIA is just meet us halfway, right? Teachers cannot force you to do the work, but if you're willing, if you have a willing heart, you're going to do your best, you're going to invest. I promise you, our teachers will work with our students. And even let's say you don't get a test score you wanted, that was ideal. Maybe you didn't do as well on some homework assignments. I can say personally, I know all of our teachers here. If you're willing and if you ask humbly for support or ways you can improve your grade, all of our teachers are more than willing to accommodate, support you, and give you opportunities to boost your grade up, okay? Next question, what is the ratio of international students to American students? So this year, it always changes a little bit. Most years, it's about a 40-60. So usually 40% of our students are international, 60% are local United States students. This year, it's a little bit different. It's 45% international, 55% local American. But on average, to be safe, you're looking at about a 40-60 international to American student ratio here at the school. All right, next question. What is the international orientation procedure at Bridgeport International Academy? Okay, well, for that question, all right, the international orientation procedure is if you apply to BIA and if you are accepted into BIA, you will receive an official acceptance letter to BIA, and that email will give you all the information on next steps, how to apply for your visa. Visa is another important thing to consider. BIA offers complimentary visa coaching to support students in their preparation for their visa interview. Okay, so we're here to help you with that. And then once you get your visa, then what we'll do is we'll send you an official orientation email with all the information, what to pack, what date we start. We always start the year for new students mid-August. It always changes, but it's always in the middle of August, okay? And then we have a full orientation. It's a full day just for our new students where you will come to school early the day before school starts. We're going to give you a tour. You're going to meet all your teachers. We're going to go over all the information. We're going to make your schedules. We're going to show you where your classrooms are, right? So we have a whole procedure that supports you and sets you up for your orientation to BIA, okay? So we take good care of our students. Next question. As it's a new environment for my children, I'm a bit worried. How's the social life in Connecticut? Okay, great question. So this is actually a great opportunity to talk about, our clubs and our after-school programs, okay? So let's start just with BIA first, okay? So BIA has a variety of after-school clubs offered here, okay? So a couple things that we have, the clubs change every year, but over the years, we've had a board game club, a drama club, a fishing club, a music production club. We have a National Honor Society. We have a student council. This current year, we have a photography club, a chess club, a video club, a hiking club, and then we have our National Honor Society and student council clubs. So clubs change every year. Students can even start their own clubs if they have 2 students join and a teacher advisor. So that's a way for students to plug in after school, be social, hang out with friends, have fun, do things that they can share a common interest with, okay? Now going into Connecticut, all right? So the social life in Connecticut, the big thing I'll say is, this downtown area, especially where our school located, is a very safe and nice environment. So we're connected to the University of Bridgeport. So students can even, visit the University of Bridgeport anytime. It's a very secure facility. The University of Bridgeport, they did a ranking, is one of the top most secure and safe colleges because they have a very high security presence. So it's a safe environment. They can go to the campus. They can hang out there. So that's how I would say it. And then we also have our shuttle. So that will take you to shopping trips. We have a once a month dorm outing at the school. So we'll take students on a different trip. And then on weeknights, we have something called karaoke night. So in the school, we open up the school building where we have a karaoke, students hang out, they can sing songs, hang out with their other dorm mates. So those are just a few of the, more social life aspects of BIA, okay? Now here's the next question. Do you offer special discounts with family who want to register 2 children at the same time? So, well, a couple things. Let's start. I'll go back to the special tuition financial aid discount, all right? So today, I did talk with our committee. The committee has been known to offer very generous 50% scholarships off tuition for students that apply to BIA. All right, that's very important to know. So with more specific questions on the tuition numbers, I will email that to you. You can also email me if you have questions about that. But essentially, if you're a student that requests this financial aid scholarship, the committee has been quite generous with offering that. So that is something that you'll have an opportunity to have if you're interested in applying. And I'd be happy to go over more information on the numbers, okay? And I just saw we just posted my contact info again, so please reach out to me directly. And then if you have a sibling, there is also an opportunity to receive, potentially, it would have to be approved by our committee, an extra scholarship, but that will have to be approved by our committee and we can go over the numbers with you as well. So to answer your question, please reach out to me directly with my email or number that we just posted in the chat, and we can talk offline and go more over that. Oh, absolutely. You're very welcome. I see you there, Melissa. All right, next question. We talked about this a little bit, but how are new students welcomed in the community? Well, we have the orientation, which I discussed, all right? It's a very thorough and detailed orientation where we get our students feeling very comfortable here. But also another thing that I want to share that just makes our school unique, it goes back to family. Students are very welcomed here. Um, it's something I like to call the unofficial welcome committee. And I'm promising you, I work here, I'm in the office every day. Every time we have a new student, I have like 10 students that are very excited to welcome this kid. They want to spend time with them, they want to introduce them, right? It's really an incredible environment where students genuinely want to make other students feel welcome. They want them to feel safe. They want them to feel happy, right? So that's just a nice thing about our school culture is students will feel welcome. Our students also are welcoming and they care, right? So that's just a nice thing about, being in a very small, safe school like ours. Another thing, our school has lockers, but none of our kids use them. You're welcome to put a lock on your locker, but our kids feel safe that they don't put locks on their locker. So there's different elements to that. And I see a message. Thank you very much. Oh, you're very welcome. No, we're happy you're here. Thank you. I see that. All right, next question. I'm going to keep going because we're running short on time. So I'm going to try to go through these as quickly as we can. How is the science and mathematics education at BIA? So, we have a regular, fully comprehensive math and science curriculum. So if you go on our website, if you go to academic programs, it lists all the courses offered in our curriculum. And you can always email me. I can list every course, but you have your traditional for science, chemistry, biology, physics, earth science. And then mathematics, you have your traditional algebra, pre-algebra, algebra 1, algebra 2, geometry, all those courses, right? And if you have any more specific questions on any course curriculum, this is for anyone here, you can always email me, all right? Again, I mean that. Please use me. That's what I'm here for, all right? I love questions. I'm 100% here to support. And like I said, I know this is a big step, right? It's a big deal studying internationally, right? So communication is my number one commitment to you. Like I will be communicating, ask as many questions as you need, like never hesitate to ask. I like to say this, there's no stupid questions. Every question is valid and it's important, right? So please always reach out to me. All right. What makes your school different? So I did communicate that a little earlier. So I'm going to skip that as we did address that very similarly. All right, next question. Do you offer summer programs? Unfortunately, we don't. We used to offer summer program that was discontinued because we didn't have enough student interest. But, we do have connection to some universities, Bridgeport University, Housatonic Community College, and also some online programs. So if you have any specific requests for summer courses, I can always put you in contact with some summer programs with partnerships that we have, okay? Next question. How much money do I need to support my children monthly? So if you have specific questions on tuition, please email me directly. I don't have time to go over all the numbers right now, all right? But I can give you all the financial breakdowns. I can even give you the scholarship breakdown on what your tuition could look like on a monthly basis if you're awarded a 50% scholarship, all right? So I'm happy to provide that info. Always contact me with that. And I see the thank yous, everyone. I fully see that. I appreciate it. I feel that. So thank you, everyone. All right, next question. Yep, scholarships. So that's what I answered. We do have the 50% scholarship. I'm going to keep going. We're almost done. Couple more questions. After graduation, will my children be guaranteed to enter a university? I'd like to say yes, and let me tell you why. We have 100% college graduation rate here at Bridgeport International Academy. We take great pride in sending our students to colleges. And the American expression is that's our bread and butter. That's what we do here. We send students to college. We create students that not only go to college, but are ready for college. Integrity is important to us. I would never send a kid to college without being ready, right? And we can offer that because we're small and we do take good care of your children. So yes, we do send your students to the college, but there has to be a willingness, all right? So when you ask that question, my answer is always yes, right? But we need all our students to do the work. Like in life, not just in college preparation, success takes work, right? So if you're willing to meet us halfway, We're going to do everything to support you, right? But we work as a team, right? It's not a one-sided thing. They have the parents' responsibility, the school's responsibility, the students' responsibility. But the answer is 100% yes. We will send your child to college. If there's a willingness, we will work with you. All right. So that is what we do here at BIA. And then accommodations. Okay, I saw a question about accommodations. If there's a specific accommodation you're looking for, ask me specifically, okay? So the reason why I say that is we have students here that, do have different ways of learning. They have different learning styles, right? Maybe there's even some challenges, whether it's there's many reasons, right? But if there's a specific accommodation you're looking for, just email me. I'll be happy to kind of discuss more how we can accommodate. Like I have a few students here that come on some special learning plans as they're diagnosed, even with a specific psychological, thing that might, inhibit a specific part of their learning, right? So we work with students like that. We can support you. We can make accommodations reasonably, but we'll always be transparent on what we can do to support and what we can't, right? As a small school, there's things we do very well, but also, there might be something specifically accommodating that you're looking for that maybe we're not able to deliver. And we want to be very transparent about that. So to answer your question, just email me, tell me what specific accommodation you're looking for, okay? And then I'd be happy to, talk more about that, all right? I believe that is all the questions. I'm just double checking. I think that's it. No one has any more questions. We're just out of time. I'm 2 minutes over time. But I think that's it, all right? So again, I want to thank sincerely all of you for being here today. It was really a pleasure to be here. I had so much fun, even though I don't personally get to talk to you. I feel like I got to know everyone a little bit just through your communications, your thank yous, seeing your messages. I read everyone's message, all right? So many thousand miles away, I felt like I was with you today. But yeah, I'm really happy to help in any way I can. So never hesitate to reach out. We look forward to potentially having you join our family next school year. And if you are interested, my recommendation is start the application immediately, as the fall season is coming very soon. And there's a lot that goes into it. So start as soon as possible, and we're here to help. All right. So thank you, everyone, for being here. It was great to meet and be with everyone today.
Thank you very much for the great presentation, Daniel. It was very informative for the attendees, and you covered all of the questions. We had a lot of questions. Thank you very
Great.
much for your answers as well. And
Sure.
also, I would like to thank the participants in Turkish.
Yeah.
Katıldığınız için teşekkür ederiz arkadaşlar. Umarım sizin için de faydalı bir webinar olmuştur. Bridgeport International Academy ile ilgili diğer sorularınız için chat kısmında paylaşılmış olan mail adresinden Daniel'a ulaşabilirsiniz. Bir sonraki webinarlarımızda görüşmek üzere. Thank you very much again, Daniel. It was a pleasure to have you in IEFT Talks.
Oh, it's such a pleasure. Thank you for having me. And great to be with everyone again. Thank you so much.
Take care. Bye-bye.
All right. Have a good one, everyone. All right. Bye.